All right, let's dive into something that so many of us feel, but can be really hard to talk about. You know that weird, uncomfortable guilt that shows up the second you try to do, well, nothing at all? It's a huge paradox, right? You finally carve out some time to just chill and recharge, but instead of feeling peaceful, this wave of anxiety just washes over you. So, what is going on here? Why does just relaxing sometimes feel so incredibly stressful? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You sit down, maybe you grab a book, you're ready to just be still for a second, and bam! That's when your brain decides to hit you with a to-do list a mile long. It's like an ambush of shoulds, right when you're looking for a little bit of peace. And this really shows you the disconnect. I mean, we think of rest as this thing that promises peace, recovery, a sense of safety. But for a lot of us, what it actually delivers is the total opposite: anxiety, guilt, and this strange underlying feeling of danger. It just doesn't add up. And look, this isn't just about being caught up in hustle culture or feeling like you need to be productive all the time. This feeling goes way, way deeper. It's an automatic, physical response that your body has actually learned. It's a reflex, not really a conscious choice. So if it's a reflex, that begs the question, where did we learn it? Well, to get to the root of this feeling, we often have to look back at an echo from childhood. So the material we're looking at points to this key psychological concept, parentification. And what that means is basically a role reversal where a kid has to act like the parent, taking care of their own parents or siblings. In these homes, which are often really unstable, that child learns a fundamental lesson. You have to be on alert all the time. And this quote, wow, it just perfectly captures what that feels like. I mean, just think about that for a second. For a kid in that kind of environment, a quiet moment wasn't peaceful. It was scary. It was the calm before the storm, a sign that something bad was about to happen, and they had to be ready for it. Now, that childhood experience doesn't just stay in your memories. It actually builds a blueprint for your body. This is all about how your nervous system itself was trained to treat calm like it was a threat. Your brain, at its core, is this amazing pattern detection machine. Its main job is to keep you safe by figuring out cause and effect. But imagine if, over and over again when you were young, quiet moments were followed by a crisis, or an outburst, or just chaos. Your brain would learn a very painful, very powerful pattern. So here's kind of how it gets wired in, step by step. First, calm starts to predict chaos. Step 2, your brain forges this really strong link connecting calm with danger. Step 3, to protect you, being on high alert becomes your body's default mode. And finally, step 4, that pattern just persists. The internal alarm system stays switched on long after you've grown up and the original danger is gone. I think this is such a great way to think about it. Your nervous system became a bodyguard, and its only mission was to keep you safe. The only problem is it learned the wrong lesson from old information. It still thinks that letting your guard down is the most dangerous thing in the world. Okay, so where does that leave us? This brings us to the most important part, redefining your right to rest. And I want you to really notice the subtitle here, because it's the core message of this whole thing. This is not your fault. Seriously, let that one sink in. That rush of guilt or anxiety you feel when you try to relax, it is not a flaw in your character. You're not lazy, you're not undisciplined. It is just an outdated survival mechanism, like a ghost in the machine, still desperately trying to protect you from a danger that isn't even there anymore. So let's just quickly recap the main takeaways. 1, that guilt you feel from doing nothing often comes from childhood parentification. 2, your nervous system was literally conditioned to see calm as a threat. 3, this is a learned survival instinct. It is not a personal failing. And maybe most importantly, just understanding the why behind it is the very first step towards showing your body that it's okay, that rest is actually safe now. And that leaves us with one last question to think about. Because, knowing why is one thing, but changing the pattern is another. Now that you understand your body is just trying to do its job and protect you, how can you start to gently and with a little compassion show it that rest is finally truly safe?